With the World Cup just 10 days away, on Scout Report we're looking at 3 underdogs that could be set to take the competition by storm. And where else to start than with the champions of Africa looking to make history in Qatar. Senegal. The legendary Pelé once claimed that by the year 2000 an African team would win the World Cup. His dream never materialised, and 22 years on, the quarterfinals is the best the likes of Cameroon, Senegal and Ghana have managed. Then in Russia, not a single African nation progressed beyond the group stages. The closest was Senegal, denied a spot in the last 16 by virtue of the fair play rule. Fast forward to Qatar, and the Lions of Teranga are still the team best placed to fulfil Pelé's prophecy. Senegal have enjoyed a stunning 4 years. They've reached 2 African Cup of Nations finals, winning the 2021 edition before defeating Egypt again in the World Cup playoff. For a second time, Sadio Mané settled the match in emphatic style from the spot, and the 30-year-old has kept up his potent form in Germany. He scored 6 and assisted 3 from 11 in the Bundesliga and hit double figures across all competitions. In fact, the former Red Bull Salzburg star has never been given so much freedom to attack. Encouraged to push further up the pitch, his 8 touches per 90 in the attacking third have never been higher, up from a career average of 6.4, while his shots are also at 4 per 90 compared to an average of 2.8. For Senegal though, Mané plays on the left of a 4-3-3 in possession. Not that he's any less prolific, on a record 34 goals in 93 caps for his country. He's joined in the front line by the likes of Ismaïla Sarr, Boulaye Dia, Crépin Diatta and Bamba Dieng, all big talents in their own right. Sarr in particular is purring this season with 6 goals and 4 assists for Watford, but Dia deserves special praise for thriving on loan at Salernitana. 0.36 goals per shot, a rate of just over 1 in 3, is the 5th best return of any forward in Serie A, while only 3 players can better his 64.3% shot accuracy. His haul of 5 goals matches his entire output for Villarreal last season, and is impressive considering Salernitana ranked 15th for possession. Their one main concern comes in defence. Edouard Mendy has suffered a fall from grace at Chelsea, with Graham Potter preferring a rejuvenated Kepa in goal. In the past 12 months, Mendy's save rate has averaged out at a miserable 66.7%, and this season he's only kept a single clean sheet in the league. His teammate Kalidou Koulibaly is also enduring a tough time at the bridge. His statistics actually read well. 4 tackles and interceptions and 3.8 clearances per 90 are still strong returns, while his 69% tackle success rate against opposition dribblers and 2.4 aerial wins per 90 are both career highs. Unfortunately, the eye test has been less convincing, not helped by a red card against Leeds. It means he's yet to nail down a starting place in his new home. However, he is Senegal's captain, and manager Aliou Cissé will know Koulibaly's leadership will be vital if they're going to succeed in Qatar. In a group with the hosts, Ecuador and the Netherlands, they will fancy their chances, while they won't fear England, Iran, USA or Wales in the next round either. Senegal have only lost 2 of their last 26 competitive matches, and their world ranking of 18th has never been higher. With that in mind, maybe, just maybe, this is Africa's moment. Uruguay. Uruguay's emotional decision to sack the legendary Oscar Tabarez last November could have spelt disaster, given everything El Maestro has achieved with La Celeste over the past 15 years. But his replacement, Diego Alonso, is off to a flyer, winning 7 of his 9 games in charge and only conceding twice. It means Uruguay will once again arrive at a World Cup as a dark horse. Amazingly, the old guard of Diego Godin, Edinson Cavani, Martin Caceres, Fernando Muslera and Luis Suarez are still all involved, now collectively on 674 caps for Uruguay. Yet Alonso has a new set of heroes emerging in his ranks. That starts in midfield, where Rodrigo Bentancur and Federico Valverde line up in the centre of Alonso's preferred 4-4-2, and both are enjoying the best form in their career. Bentancur has become an immediate fan favourite at Tottenham, missing just 1 league game this season alongside his formidable midfield partner Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg. Surprisingly, it's Bentancur who is the more defensive-minded of the two. The 25-year-old has won a team-high 19 tackles this season, while he is attempting 4.1 tackles and interceptions and 1.8 blocks per 90 in general. What is more obvious about Bentancur is his calmness in possession. The former Juventus star holds down an average pass completion rate of 88.2% and completes 5.4 balls into the final third, among the most of defensive midfielders. His 4 goals and assists also means he's on track to better his highest ever return across a single campaign from his days in Italy. Bentancur has it all, however even he would admit he's currently levels below Real Madrid's Federico Valverde. One of the most in-form players in the world, the 24-year-old has scored 8 and assisted 3 this season. Not even Vinicius Jr. has outscored him in La Liga. Ancelotti has continued to deploy Valverde on the right of his front 3 to devastating effect. Only Robert Lewandowski has managed more than his 14 shots on target, while his 1.7 passes into the penalty area and 2 key passes per 90 are both career highs for the former Penarol star. Remarkably, Valverde is shooting from an average distance of 23 yards, well outside the penalty area, yet he's still scoring with almost 1 in 4 efforts. Uruguay isn't flush for goals beyond their forward line. Within the provisional 55-man squad named for Qatar, Flamengo's Georgian de Arrascaeta is the only midfielder to have scored more than 4 for his country. It means Valverde's penchant for the spectacular could be their secret weapon. Their main man, however, is Darwin Núñez. His record of 3 goals and 13 caps isn't great, especially at a rate of 1 goal every 233 minutes, but Núñez will arrive in Qatar with a point to prove. His €80 million move to Liverpool has shown moments of promise with 7 goals and 15 appearances. The Reds' issues this season, however, have weighed down on the ex-Benfica star, who's yet to fully acclimatise to his new league and language. But Núñez is certainly trying. His massive 6.7 shots per 90 is the most of any player in Europe's top 5 leagues, and 2.3 of those are hitting the target. Only 9% of his shots are finding the net, but given time, that should improve. And on 5 goals in his last 8 appearances, all the signs indicate that the 23-year-old is warming to his manager's demands. And let's not forget, this is a forward who scored 34 times in Portugal last season. With Suarez and Cavani not getting any younger, Uruguay need Núñez to show the world what he can really do. Denmark. At this point, Denmark are hardly underdogs. 10th in the world, they've backed up their stunning run to the semi-finals of Euro 2020 by breezing through World Cup qualification before coming second in their Nations League group, beating the reigning world champions France twice in the process. The pair will meet again in Doha on November the 26th, and on current form you have to make the Danes the favourites. During their journey to Qatar, the red and white scored 30 times at a rate of 3 goals a game. In the Nations League, they weren't quite as prolific, but their main source of goals stayed the same, Club Brugge's rising star Andreas Skov Olsen. The 22-year-old winger has quickly motored onto 8 goals and 23 caps for his country and could be one of the breakout stars in Qatar. He will arrive in the Middle East in stunning form, having torn it up in Belgium this term. Skov Olsen has scored 6 in the league and is running at a monstrous 3.5 shots per 90 with 1.6 on target. His conversion rate could improve, currently scoring with 16% of his efforts. He is a creator as much as he is an attacker, also managing an absurd 6.7 crosses and 2.1 key passes a match. And Denmark needs Skov Olsen more than ever. Their normal attacking options Kasper Hjulmand and Martin Braithwaite are both enduring difficult campaigns, while Eintracht Frankfurt's excellent talent Jesper Lindstrom is relatively untested at international level. It means the former Bologna star will be pivotal to the Nordic nation emerging from their group with France, Tunisia and Australia. Elsewhere, Joachim Mæhle continues to shine for his country despite appearing less than convincing for Atalanta, along with Kasper Schmeichel, who never looks happier than in a Danish shirt. Their defence, however, has improved drastically under the excellent Kasper Hjulmand. In Joachim Andersen, Andreas Christensen and AC Milan's Simon Kjær, they have 3 quality centre-halves, while Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg marshals the space in front of the back line. In the Nations League, the Spurs star led the side with tackles and interceptions, completing 4 per match, while Andersen and Christensen both clocked in 3.5 clearances a game too. The pair were dribbled past just twice in total, showing how hard this Danish side are to break down. Denmark's strength is also their ability to mix up their approach, sit deep and hit teams on the counter, as well as dominate possession. Hjulmand happily flexes between a back 4 or back 5 depending on the quality of opposition. Still, whatever the tactics, you can be sure Hojbjerg is the man setting the pace in the middle. The 27-year-old averaged a team-high 74.7 passes per game in the Nations League with an accuracy of 89%, while also managing 3.9 long balls a game. He completes an excellent pivot alongside Christian Eriksen, who continues to astound with his performances post-cardiac arrest. For Denmark, he now operates deeper, dropping into his own half to dictate play and progress the ball at will. His performance against France in September perfectly displayed his enduring magic, producing a stunning 40-yard ball to unlock Mikkel Damsgaard for the first goal, one of 8 key passes he managed that day, along with 2 successful dribbles and 2 tackles. It was another example of how few can match Eriksen when he's in the zone. He's still the main man for his country and the one to watch as the Red and Whites get ready to try and shock the world. So that was our take on the 3 big underdogs set to take the World Cup by storm, but what do you make of our selections and who have we missed? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any of our amazing content. We'll see you next time.